Okay, so I've got this brand new sectional. It is in 3 pieces. So this section here is one section and it gets put together. Then we got the corner, that's all one piece. And then we've got this section here from there over is another section. So in total it's 3-piece sectional. Now I don't want it where it is. It's just not in a good spot here. So I do want it to be in this corner. Then the TV we can put over here on that wall. And then with the couch being here, I can see out to our view and also the TV. Now the issue with that is I can't just move it as is to the corner because it's just a little bit too big and it overhangs just a little bit to the door. So what I want to do is I've got to take it apart. Now they're on tracks, okay? I'll show you all this. So this is the small track, front and back, and this is the longer track. So what I'm hoping that will work is I'm going to take all of that off, all of this off the track. The centerpiece can stay on the long track, because the long track I want to move to this side and the double track I want to move over here. So obviously I have to keep this spot there and that end there because of the end and the end. This piece connects to that piece. Same with this. That piece connects and this end connects. So I'll take it all apart. Okay, so I've split it. So now you get to see that's one section, 2 sections, 3 sections. Again, I can't move this arm and this piece have to stay in this spot because of how they connect together, right? And then same with this side, the connections on this side. So again, this chair and that chair have to be on this side because of the way it connects. So I'm also going to have to just take off this back and this back because this one folds down into an armrest. Well, I can't really have an armrest there with an armrest here. So we'll take off that back and switch them around and take the tracks off. So I'll get everything I need and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so to take the back of the chair off, we need to lift up that, okay? And then in the corners, right here, we're gonna have to pull that up and push up at the same time, okay? So we need to lift both sides and push up at the same time. Now I'm not gonna be able to, I need both hands to do that. So I'm gonna get that off and do the other side too, but this is the track I'm talking about, okay? So there's just one bar on each side, and then we got to take the legs off. So I've already put these, so I'm gonna have to take off all those pieces because we need access to that screw to be able to undo the legs, which actually hold everything on. Okay, so I'm going to take the backs off, unscrew all the legs on both, and I'll show you what I'm doing when I do that. Okay, so now that the back is off, and again, it's just lifting up those 2 clips and pulling it off these brackets that hold it. Now there's no need to do the lazy boy part because that's all going to stay together. Remember, I just got to change the back because that one has the cup holder with this one. So this is my double, which is going to turn this couch, and this one is now going to be on the 3 track with the middle divider. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the 1, 2, 3, 4. These ones are Phillips screws, and then this one for the lazy boy is an 11 millimeter socket that I've got an attachment for my impact. So I'm going to take off the 8 bolts, 4 per chair, take those off, and then I'll be left with the top bracket and the bottom bracket. And then I'll take apart the other one, and then this one will become the one with the arm rest in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna just unbolt these. So literally it's just, I'll do one. So here's that's literally the only thing holding it all in, okay? So I'm gonna undo all of these, and then I'll be left with just the top bracket and the bottom bracket, and then we'll be able to switch it around. Okay, so I've got everything off, and now I'm just left with these 2 brackets. Okay, I'm keeping all the parts together. Left with the 2 brackets. So now I'm gonna go to do the same thing to this one, but again, I'm not gonna unscrew the center piece. So again, I gotta remove the back of this one, because now the armrest part has to go on that back. But I gotta remove this end and this end for my double. And then this piece will now go on this side. So I'm gonna flip this over and do the exact same thing, unbolt everything. Okay, so rather than just taking everything apart, I've already got this piece off. This is the triple one. So there's the 3 pieces on it. So what I'm gonna do right now is just remove this piece. Okay? We're just gonna push this forward a bit. Now I'm just gonna reinstall this one on the double track. That way I don't get too far ahead of myself. So all that this one was flush to the edge of that. And again, these ones were the screws. So I'm gonna hold this in there, just hand screw that in as far as I can. Keep that flush. Okay, so that one's in there. We'll get the other bottom in there. So you want to make sure that the front lip is tight up against the front and flush with that sides. And all the screws are tight there. So now we'll do the same. So we'll put the front lip up on the top, flush with the outside, get a screw in there. Again, I'm just going in the same screw hole. You don't want to be going into a different one. Keeping that flush. Okay, so now that we're just not switching parts all over the place like crazy. So now this one's we just need the other recliner part off of that. So I need my 11. So we'll take all these off. Okay, now the recliner part is off of this. Okay, so we'll just move this piece up to where we need it for the other section. We'll bring the recliner part over to this double. So we're gonna take our bolt and we're just gonna go flush with the outside. And we're just gonna, same thing, just kind of hand put it in because we don't want it to strip. Okay, so we're flush with the outside on that one. Tighten that one up. Same thing on this side. Okay, so now that the double is back together, we need to put the armrest piece back on. So again, it's just gonna go onto these two brackets that you see here. So we'll turn it around. Actually, we'll lift this up, just so it's easier to see for me. Lift this back cover up. Nice and clipped in, and we'll just cover this back up. Okay, now we've got the double on the side we want. We'll just make sure everything fits good. Goes down. Perfect. So now, we'll just, again, put these two together now. Because remember, this was on this side, but we want that to be on that side. So we'll just attach the recliner and the connection piece back onto this center piece because there was no need to take that off. So we'll put those back on, connect the other arm, and we're back to everything's together, and it'll be the way I want it. That way it'll fit in the corner I want. Okay, I'll get all this back together. Okay, so all this is put back together. So if you remember, on this side was just the double, which is now here. And then that middle armrest was on this side. So what I'll do is I will move all this stuff, move this to that corner over here, and then I'll set the couch up over here. And I'll show you what I mean about it's way better for the couch to be here and the TV there. So I'll get it all set up and I'll show you why I did all this. Okay, so now the couch fits way better in here. So you see, at least now it's past the trim. Now with the way it was before with this little armrest console, it was sticking out. So, but this is where I want the couch because it just fits the room better. And yes, it is a big couch for the room, but there's 5 of us, so we wanted this. So now we've got the TV, again, just in a better spot. So now that the whole Look at this little guy. Are you happy with it?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, till the next one.